people think this is fun. I've always heard that dancing is a great way to express yourself. And you can tell by my expression just how much I love ballet. Maybe I'd like it more if I had more practice. That would take some commitment, wouldn't it? Commitment is making a plan and putting it into practice. My name's Lindsay, and I've made a commitment. Not to ballet, but to finding ways to know God better. Hearing what God says is one way. Praying to God is another. And another way I can know God better is by talking about God. Learning how to express what I believe about God, how He makes me feel, and how He wants me to live. I'm having a little trouble with this one, because sometimes it's not that easy for me to express myself with what's the word? Oh, right, words. Maybe I can express how I feel with dance instead. Expressing yourself with dance is exhausting. Practicing with my words is probably the way to go. In today's story, one of Jesus' disciples makes a brave choice to talk about what he believed. There was no dancing involved, to my knowledge. What kind of dances haven't I tried yet? Breakdancing? Nah, I'd probably break an arm.
And now for an amazing true story from the book of Matthew, chapter 16, verses 13 through 20.
The disciples took deep breaths of clean, crisp air as they approached the city of Caesarea Philippi with Jesus. James and John fell into step beside Simon Peter.
It's beautiful here. Yeah, nice not to choke on dust for once.
Simon Peter nodded in agreement. They were nearing the place where the Jordan River started, so everything was green and lush around them, in stark contrast to the dry land they usually traveled.
Look up there. I think it's snow.
Simon Peter pointed to the mountain before them. They had been steadily walking into the foothills. Now, Mount Hermon stood right before them.
It's good to get away from all the crowds and questions. Yeah, you can hardly blame all those folks for following Jesus. All the amazing things he's done. Whipping up dinner for, 4,000 or so hungry diners with 7 loaves and a couple fish. He fed more than 5,000 the time before that. And that Canaanite woman, Jesus healed her daughter just like that.
Simon Peter listened to his friend's growing list.
Guys, we know Jesus is incredible, but who do all these people really think he is? Well, they think he's from God. Yeah, don't let the religious leaders catch you saying that. Last thing they want to hear. They already think Jesus is a boatload of trouble.
Simon Peter glanced ahead where he could see Jesus walking with Bartholomew.
I've heard lots of people say Jesus is a prophet. Makes sense. I mean, Elijah made some pretty crazy things happen.
Now, many of the prophets had worked miracles with God's power, but none of them had come close to what Jesus was doing. Even now, Simon Peter could almost feel the wind and spray whipping into his face from the night that the disciples were stranded on the lake during a dangerous storm.
Jesus walked to us on the water.
What's more, at Jesus' prompting, Simon Peter himself had been able to walk on water for a short time.
Jesus. He's something more.
James and John exchanged glances as the trio caught up with Jesus and the rest of the disciples. They all knew Jesus was special. It was one thing to guess it, and another to actually say it.
Check that out.
James pointed ahead, where a massive wall of rock loomed more than 100 feet high. They could see the buildings of the city perched above them.
That is one big rock.
Just ahead, Jesus paused to take a drink of water. He stared up at the huge rock, and then he turned back to the disciples.
Who do people say the Son of Man is?
Now, the disciples knew that Jesus meant himself. They all looked at each other, waiting for somebody to make the first move. Finally, John spoke up.
Some say John the Baptist, or Elijah or Jeremiah, or one of the other prophets.
Jesus studied them all, his gaze direct. But what about you? Who do you say that I am? Images flashed through Simon Peter's mind. Jesus praying over loaves of bread, touching a sick girl, walking across the water. There was only one answer. He blurted out,
You are the Christ, the Son of the living God.
Jesus smiled at Simon Peter. Blessed are you, Simon, for this answer didn't come to you from other people, but from God. Jesus gestured to the sturdy rock that rose above them.
You are Peter, rock, and on this rock I will build my church, and even hell won't be able to overcome it. I'm giving you keys to the kingdom of heaven.
Simon Peter felt as though the breath had been knocked from his very lungs. He had said what he believed, and now there's a whole new world opening up before him. But Jesus wasn't finished yet.
Don't tell anyone yet who I am. It's not time yet.
Jesus and the disciples continued on their journey. Now Simon Peter knew that the words he had spoken could put him in great danger, but it had been worth it just to speak the truth about who Jesus was.
When Peter told Jesus he believed Jesus was the Son of God, it was a dangerous thing for him to admit. Peter lived in a time where saying things like that could get you ridiculed, arrested, or even killed. There are some places in the world today where you can get in big trouble talking about God. I happen to live in a place where I'm free to talk about God all I want, but it still doesn't come naturally to me. It takes practice. So it's good to find someone somewhere who you can talk to about God. And I mean someone who believes in God the same way as you. It could be a friend at church, a friend at school, a brother or a sister, a parent, a small group leader, or whoever. Someone you can be totally open and honest with about what you feel, and who will be open and honest with you. When you talk about God with people like that, it helps you work out what you believe and think. It helps you get comfortable talking out loud about your beliefs. And it can help you understand things that may have been hard to understand reading your Bible and praying on your own. And when you're comfortable talking about God with people who believe and think the same as you, then you'll be more comfortable introducing God to people who don't know Him. So here are some ways that can help you know God better. Practice hearing what God says. Practice praying to God. And the way we learn today, practice talking about God. Now, it may not come naturally at first, but you'll get better with practice. Kick it! I practice how I listen and I practice how I pray. That's how I'm gonna talk about Jesus every day. Yeah,